Night Warriors or Darkstalkers 2 is pretty underappreciated, I feel. But it's a really fun game. It's not as fast as Vampire Savior, which is its much more popular cousin. But I just figured I'd show you some things you can do, especially with Pyron, because I love using teleport spam with him, even though it causes cancer. Now, there's normal and turbo, of course. I'm not really going to go over that too much. It's obviously, do you want it slow or do you want it fast? Fastest is probably still slower, way slower than Vampire Savior. Normal or auto guard, it's kind of like your easy mode. Auto guard, I think you can only get 1 gauge, but attacks for at least 1 opponent get blocked automatically. Alright, so of course it's a Capcom game, 6 buttons. With Pyron, his normals are kind of beefy, but your bigger ones are much slower, and you don't have a lot of, like, even the lights are kind of pokey. You're not going to get as many changes as some others, but that's okay. That's not really his point. So let's start off with his fireball here. Light one goes straight across, decent speed. It does not have... You have to watch the priority against, say, Chaos Flares from Dimitri or Soul Fist from Morgan. And the problem is you can't match them by doing this, because your medium and heavy are more anti-air. So that was a pretty lame chain, honestly. But anyway. His next special move... Oh, gotta watch the time. Is his little fire wheel. This is a speedy way. Oh, oops. I'll cover his commands here in a minute. Speedy way to get across the screen, so if they jump and you want to just get out of there, that's a great tool to use. You want to burn all the teleports all the time. Plus, it's a good combo ender, especially if you. Whoop. I say that and I can't do it to save my life. But anyway. Especially if you exit, like so. Does good damage on its own right, you know. Pyron, as far as meter use, I feel he's pretty average. You don't need meter for everything for him, but it does set up some traps and such. So maybe on the Sasquatch. Can just keep him away with that. His next move is in the air. Just do a Tatsu like that. Has decent priority. Difference of button really doesn't seem to do much other than the speed. You're gonna recover all the same. You still are vulnerable to things like that. Ooh, okay. You don't want to fireball against the Sasquatch if they have that on deck, because it just obliterates everything. And there's his super. It's only 1. Generally against any human opponent, that's only going to trap them because it's telegraphed a million miles away. However, there are some nice traps with it. So for example, let's build up some meter. Alright. If it ever wants to come out again, there we go. No, thank you. What you can do is throw that out there, and then teleport behind them to confuse their guard, just as the fireworks are going off, and you get some free damage. Just respectable damage for a super. So there's that. As far as command normals, all of Pyron's down plus punch do air dives, which are fairly abusable. His Torrid and Punch does this. And that's about it. That's very guard cancelable, so watch that. I think it's minus on block. Of course, if you're getting fireball pressure or anything pressure with Pyron, you have the big note button, which is his teleport. And so just do a Dragon Punch whichever button you feel like going to, and there you go. The real reason why this is cancerous is because you can do, let's say this. Oop. Of course, when I'm under pressure, I can't do anything, and immediately teleport right after. He does have a command throw like most characters in this game, but I better win. Ah, he's sad. So, mixing up 2 or 3 teleports, fun and easy to do. You do have some lag time after coming out of a teleport that they can hit you, so, you know, be careful with that. But it's a wonderful escape tool. It's wonderful just wasting clock time. He does have an air fireball, and the distance it goes, of course, depending on your punch. This is good for pinning down, but don't get too dependent on it. There are ways around it. Like, Talbane can just dash under, really. I'm going to try and show the special throw. There we go. Bonk. And that can be EX like most other special throws, I believe. So what do you want to do with Pyron? You can zone, just like this. The computer in CPS2 games, I find, is just dumb against fireballs at long range. They'll just sit there and take it. Of course, human opponents, not so much. There are a lot of ways to counter fireballs, of course, in this game. So that's when you want to start your mix-ups, like dives, teleports. Ugh. Especially when you have a Talbane that's in speed mode. That's the most dangerous thing around there. Just teleport, get out of there, dive kick, or throw a fireball, whatever you want to do. My technical execution is not the best, so take that how you will. Toasty! I feel like you can hang at close range with him, but not as well as others that are better at rushdown. What else is he good for? I already talked about zoning, I'll talk about teleport spam. He's got a lot of mix-up potential with dive punches and teleports. When you do a wheel like that, don't do it like I did and just, you know, be dumb and hit fierce. Unless you're at a good range, you're never going to hit. If you just tap him with it, your recovery is going to be a lot better. Like if you're an old Sean player, I guess, and Street Fighter 3, you know, be careful with his dashes. So it's pretty much zoner versus zoner in this one. She can knock you with projectiles all day, but you can do the same. I feel like he doesn't take a lot of execution, so if you're scrubby like me, he's a good character. Just have your reverse dragon punches on point, and you can teleport wherever you want. Of course, when you teleport to the other side of them, you gotta reverse your inputs if you want a second teleport. So, for example... come on. I'd have to switch it there if I wanted to switch. I don't believe you can EX teleport, so that's not a really factor. Yikes. That would have been a really good time to do that. Special throws are nice, but unless you're definitely a grappler character like Victor, it's the damage is nice, but you know, I don't think you're going to demoralize them like you do with the Zangief grab. Demoralize them! Pyron chains like about everybody else, so there's nothing to worry about there. I think there's some characters that are just pretty much weak to strong, that's it. Okay. So I see in this match that unless you throw your fireball late, you are going to lose this fireball war. I'll try and demonstrate if the computer will oblige me. Of course, if you want to blow through a fireball lord and you have some meter, you can always throw a EX or enhance, whatever. Always get the two confused. Oh, I should have guard canceled. His guard cancel is the wheel, so just Dragon Punch. He does not have a super great anti-air, but then again, do you need one? I mean, you can down Heavy Punch at the right range, but I just say you can either... You can wheel, you can jump out of there, and then jump back with a dive punch. Doesn't always work, but, you know, what does? I like this game because it's... You have to think a little bit more, maybe. Not to say in VSAP you don't, but you can kind of get used to the speed to overwhelm people. Ah! See, that's something I shouldn't stick around for. So don't lead with a heavy kick. Lead with the light. Hit confirm, and you're good. So I'm being dumb. What else is new? Well, you see a lot of Pyron, so let's try someone else. I used to be a big fan of Phobos / Yuitzel, so let's show you some dumb things with him. The most interesting thing about Phobos in this game, besides the robot fires beam burr, is his jump, and it's very weird. So like if you play VSAP 2 or whatnot, he does not have this feature anymore. Yikes, I forgot about his pursuit attacks. He's probably one of the best keep away characters, honestly, because you can just beam right through anything. But beam is not as invincible as you think. It can be gotten around. Yikes. Okay. He does have some big boy normals, which are nice, but you know, they're a little slow. Also in this game, it's not, so it's light punch there, and it fires too high to, it's kind of like Sagat, you know, if you don't fire the right angle. And you saw, there's one way to get around it. There's a pretty significant cooldown, haha, get it, freeze laser. But if you do heavy punch, it's directly over you, and I'm dead. I deserve that. Let's do some more. For some reason on this ROM, or I don't know, they just don't have the right sound, so like, if you continue with Pyron, you get whistle sound, and it's weird. Normal. Probably want to just jump in with the second player so I can show you things without getting my butt kicked, but whatever. I really like some of his heavy punches, so I abuse those a lot. So he does have an anti-air back dragon punch with that, but unless you EX it, you are not hitting them on the ground. What you do with it, it's very satisfying. It's probably one of the most satisfying anti-airs, I feel. So let's do this. I'll cheat a little. Alright. it's a little hard to have him jump, but... Oops. Would help if he's not bound to the same buttons I am. Quality stream, not scuffed. Don't mind the dumb sound effects. Alright. Anyway. He does have the ground launcher. He does not have it in the air in this one. So it's a little bit of a deceptive move. I think it has better recovery than his freeze lasers. So you can toss this out just for variety. When you feel like you don't want to commit to a freeze laser, but you do want a projectile on the screen, there you go. Don't quite have enough meter. Anyway, so his jump. I alluded to it briefly before. When you press jump, you're going to hover for a bit. Oh, oops. Anyway, from there, you can do some interesting things. The problem is you can't really guard, so you can jump. You can go backwards by heading back. It's really easy. You can do it quicker if you hold down and back, but if you hold back, it'll kind of delay. I feel like his dash is pretty decent. I don't know if you can low profile it, so there's that. You just jump up, down, up, down. It's fun. And then you can dash out of it, so there's that. It's good for getting right over fireballs or other moves, or if you just want to go for it. If you want to do air to ground, there's that move. So you can jump back and then dash forward. All sorts of confusion opportunities right there. Before I lose, there's the most satisfying anti-air in the game, but because he was so light, I didn't get all the hits. ES, like you see, will hit on the ground. So I don't know if it can be really comboed into. I'll bet you can, but I haven't really given it a shot. So you can see you get a nice 3-hit chain there. Little 5-hit. So the 100 chain works pretty well. I don't want him to kill me yet. Anyway, supers. There's this. If you do half circle back and offer kicks, it's not great, I don't feel. Yep, stab me some more. Okay, cool. No, not fast enough. So if you cross the laser, you get shot. Too bad. It's very satisfying when it hits. I feel like it can be air block though, so be careful. If you think they're definitely going to commit to an attack, then blam. Or if they neutral jump and don't block, then you got them. Normals. So I don't know if he doesn't feel like he has any command normals really. I mean, this looks like a command normal, but it's just because of the properties of his jump, which is really fun. He has a unique guard cancel, which is, I believe it's just Dragon Punch. Punch once you're taking the block, and he'll shove his shield forward and smack the guy. It's reasonably quick, so it's a good thing to have if you can pull it off reasonably well. I'm not great at guard canceling, half the time I forget about it. He does have another... That's a good ES to have. It'll just beat out most fireballs right away, and you don't have to do the high-low guess game. Oh, timeout. So all in all, he's a fun character to use at range, up close and medium. You want to, well, medium range. Probably want to switch to the bomb launcher, and have the cannon up, ready to go. Because you can do it from a defensive crouch. That's what I like about Fei Long, is you can do a backwards Dragon Punch, and this one as well. Well, I guess with him it's a drain kick, but anyway. That's satisfying. Yes, please jump into it for me. And I do kind of like going in with him. Tick, 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 tick. That super I should really guard cancel, but I'm slow. Oof. Yeah, see, up close, his moves are a little slower than someone like Morgan. Let's see, I kind of have to guess. If you want to counter fireballs, obviously low beam here is the way to do it. But she's like, no, I'm not having this. Yeah. Doing long chains in this, or block chains, is kind of dangerous. They know how to guard cancel, of course. I don't think that ES does a ton of damage, but it does shut down fireball offenses. So if you're facing a Phobos and they just want to spam fireball, shoot that off and dash their hopes and dreams forever. Bomb does have a little blaster radius, so even if they might block the project, or they're out of range of the projectile. Oops, that was bad. Also, if you EX it, boom, it has a big blast area. Oh, come on. There we go. I don't think it does fantastic damage, but, you know, if you got meter to burn, why not? It looks like it also counters normal projectiles. Don't know about ESs. So yeah, you can play him definitely as a zoner character. I really wish he had the air bomb launcher, but sadly that is not to be. They took away in Vampire Savior 2, when they put him back in, they took away this funny jump because it actually is kind of hard to use until you get used to it. But they gave him some better oh, I'm in trouble. Run away! I feel bad for him because in the cartoon he was so disposable. It's like, let me do a light punch and you're dead. Oh, okay. Nope, can't block that. Other fun things. It does have the command throw, just like a lot of people with half circle back and punch once you're in range. I'm not sure of a good way to get into it. Come here. And he really condenses down to avoid those high beams. And that's what you're going to find, really, is a lot of characters can duck in their high beam, just like, you know, in Street Fighter, they can duck in Sagat's high tiger shots. So mostly if they like jumping from range, just clip them with it. Sure, they can block if they want, but they're going to get pushed back, and you're going to get meter, and you're exactly where you want to be. Oops. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Oh, it wasn't in time. Oh, draw game. This draw games count as wins for both sides, so unless it's both of you get one. Too bad. Oh, also, he has a crawl. So if you're used to like holding forward or down back, you might want to reevaluate that decision. That's what kind of annoys me about him. I just like people who sit still. Oh, I am sure that you can do some mix-ups just with this dash or his air dash and jumps alone. They'll throw off people that haven't played this game. His air moves are pretty good. I like his down and heavy punch. Also, standing heavy punch is nice. Oops, I let that go way too early. Ah, so that's how you counter beams. If you're fighting against Phobos, what do you want? Well, you need a way to get around his beams because a lot of them are going to want to keep you out with them. Just be careful rushing it, or not rushing in, but jumping, because you can get Genocide Vulcan. Even though I feel like it's a pretty risky move, because if you miss, you're standing there like an idiot for hours on end. He does have one other special, or super. Let's see if I can get some breathing room to use it. There we are. It's Dragon Punch and 2 kicks. If you hit them with it, they're gonna get stunned. Pretty much it's a free combo opportunity if you can land it on the ground. I think if you hit him in the air, it's just gonna knock him over, so don't bother. Boom. However, if you can get it, it makes landing his other super very easy. I believe you can probably combo into it. Yeah, because it comes out pretty fast. I just suck at comboing, unless it's a chain like that. So, why would you play this game over, say, VSAV, which everyone loves playing? If you're like me, you like Pyron and you like Phobos, so there's that. Because I really do like Teleport Cancer when I can get it going. It's just fun seeing them try and mount on offense, and then you're on the other side. Now, besides other characters, I mean, it's a pretty solid game. What else do I like about it? If you don't like the stock kind of life bar setup like VSAV has, you know, where you have to knock them out once, then knock them out again. Obviously, this has a more traditional round format, so there's that. And of course, if you miss BB Hood or any of the new characters that were introduced there, VSAV's for you. I do like Sasquatch in it, so I'm not totally helpless, but I play this game much better. Like anyone that plays VSAV regularly is going to cream me. Whereas hardly anyone plays this on Fightcade, which is very sad. As far as tiers, let's see. Oh, no, that's a nasty bite. Not as funny as Super, but anyway, whatever. It's always fun hopping over a fireball like that. Tallmane is regarded as pretty high tier, as is Aldath or Bricko. Haha, no you don't. There are some supers in here that just are a pain to use, though. That's my only complaint. Like, if you want to use Tenreiha, good luck. That's another reason I like Phobos and all the characters I do, because they don't have impossible tap-out super motions. I know, get good. Why would I do that? That's dumb. fallen. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of resources for this game, I feel, so... Like, I'm sure VSAV's been analyzed to death, but not this. No, that's not what I wanted. EX Bomb is very good for pinning down people if you can get them in that blast radius. Ow. If you don't... That super looks like a good anti-air, but it's kind of dicey, I feel. VSAV 2, he got better anti-air options, I feel. He has a scooping hook from the ground now. Oh, I'm being dumb. Okay. No. You can't do that. That could have been bad. Oof, that hurt. Oh well, that's pretty much Phobos in a nutshell. Play keep away if you want. Mess them up with your jumps. Throw in some of your other moves time to time. And you'll be a happy boy. Or a happy robot, you know, whatever. I don't discriminate. I feel like a human player could rush in right after that and just make your life miserable, so... Bonk. Yikes! I don't know what knocks down with him, so... As far as pursuit attacks, I don't know what to tell you. I never... remember to use them anyway. I wanted... okay. More into EX, or ES the laser, but... yeah, why? Call screener. Do not. Poor kitty. I'll play a little bit more. Nice thing about, Bomb is it does get you a little low, so you can duck under certain things. Granted, most of the time you're never going to think of that, but... Yikes. He's a good target for anti-airs because of his jump, is the only problem. Oh, there was... I guess that will knock down. No. You have to go away now. Yeah, his supers are kind of meh. You're better off saving them for, yes, bombs and stuff like that. Oh well, we'll polish them off and then call it good. Yikes. Ah. Yep, see, there's the teleport cancer. CPU can do it way better than I ever could. I think you're limited to 2 as a... Damn. The CPU won't do the teleport trick when he throws out the super, though, so you have at least that going for you. Well, it did some chunky damage. It's not too bad. Ah, no. Yeah, and medium punch is a good anti-air with him. Just have to be mindful to press it. Oh, toasty. Oh, come on. Oh, I forgot Pyron can hold his charge. Yep, and with that we got him jumping back, so there we go. Enjoy the ending, I guess, that you can't read the text of. What? You lasered me to death. Bye, gonna activate all the other robots and take over the world or something. It's just what robots do. I have no idea what you just said. I don't think these endings, I mean, there are endings in the American version, but not these after screens, so that's interesting. Alright, folks, we out.